Hello everyone, this is Yours Trivia. Welcome back to another episode of our Black Myth Wukong Let's Play. So last time we explored this little village here, the village of the Sand Gate, and we fought its previous king, as well as the second prince, along with a couple other elites. I think there's still a lot to explore here. I don't think we covered everything, so we're going to take a little time and just see what we might have missed before we move farther. And of course, with the game, spending a little time fighting these mobs again, it's going to be good for farming some experience and will. There's still a few things we would like to upgrade, although I'm thinking about changing the build. Right now, I still like the big head that we have, but we did get access to the archer, which I think is going to be pretty fun too, having some sort of range ability that we can utilize. Hami. So, I mean, this sign is 800里黄风岭, so the 400 kilometers or 800 li, which is the Chinese measurement. Oh, the horse is gone. He has freed himself of the Yellow Wind Ridge, which is the location name. Now, Hami is a reference to the original Pusa, or Bodhisattva. It's such a weird term, these Buddhist term translation in English, that feels so weird to say it, but the Chinese term for Pusa, basically those who are on its path towards Buddhahood, usually used to describe powerful deities, Buddhism followers, Guan Yin being the main one. But the one that was in charge of dealing with the monster in the original novel here was Lingji Pusa. Now, Lingji is a fictional Pusa. He's not from any sort of traditional Buddhist scripture. Oh, that was a misclick. I wanted to jump onto the roof if possible, but I guess we couldn't. Trying to do a double jump here, but we were bumping into something invisible walls here. And Lingji, in the fictional depiction in Journey to the West, he lives on a mountain called Xiao Xumi. So the sign saying Hami there at the top might be a reference to him, as he was the one to eventually capture the monster, and he was supposed to bring it back to Buddha. And now he has somehow returned. The monster, that is. He doesn't move up. I think the archers are still going to respawn on the roof here, so this might be a difficult one. We'll see if we can kill him with one hit. Might not be the case. But we're gonna hide at the edge here so the archer can't get us. And then we'll get up here, kill the archer on this side first. And then we'll go after the other one. And we leveled up again. Yeah, there's one more archer on this side. They only dropped 50 experience, not a lot. Ooh, archers. I hear the arrows. Wait, wait. Someone's making a noise here. Hurry up and run. Don't poke your head in here. If those two-headed monsters sees you, then we're both doomed.
我等遭劫难才落得如此下场，不得已背井离乡，原想跟随蜀神大人重整大业。可我看到他那手下先锋在吃，我枉糊涂啊！
So he's saying he originally wanted to follow their king, which I guess is the Rat King, to rebuild their kingdom to former glory, but after he saw the Vanguard, so the Tiger Vanguard, eat, other rat, he got so spooked, he's hiding here. So he's a deserter, basically. The two-headed rats are elites. Wait, wait. Why is there a new voice? So we used to be comrades. Why we're fighting each other? We should go out and fight to the death. Why are you still here? Don't get me exposed. So there's two people here, or is it another two-headed rat? Fighting amongst the kinsmen. I can't do it. This is the first voice, the weaker voice. You help me kill my comrades. We can leave. He thinks the king is on a wrong path. And there's no renaissance for their kingdom. We need to find the third prince. Third prince? He hates the rats. Oh, he left maybe when he was still a human. The way that we look now, the prince won't recognize us. So he left before, everyone turned into rats. Oh, I guess we can... Wait, we can break through here? But we can't move any farther. Any more here? Right, he's saying the king, honors the rats, and that's why the third prince left. He went to Xitian, so the far west where you get the scriptures, the end of the journey to the west. Someone there has seen him. Oh, we're getting a repeat. Alright, so we got everything there. The interaction. I guess they would be, some of the deserters or refugees that doesn't want to follow their king. And the two-headed rats are hunting them down for being deserters. A little bit of background story to the kingdom that was. Ooh, you came out of nowhere. He surprised us last time, but he didn't hit us last time. This time he actually got me. Oh, this is where those archers are. Alright, let's get him first. The problem is... Alright, there we go. Alright, not bad, took care of them. I believe there was a cave that we did not explore any deeper. It's probably not here, but there was a cave that I stopped exploring, thinking that it would lead us somewhere else. I think we might have gotten everything up here. Alright, we'll head back down. Oh, we missed a well collection here. I wonder if we have 6,000 saved up. If we do, maybe we want to upgrade the big head. Assuming we're probably still going to use it for a little bit. He actually has decent drops. We came this way, opened this door, and I think that's where we fought the king and the prince. The door over there is locked. We didn't go all the way over here. We stopped going after we reached the tree over there. Maybe we should explore this area first. Yes, there's a rock monster up ahead. Let's check that guy out. And there's someone else guarding the door that looks slightly fancier, although it might be just another rat with the shield. Alright, feels like we're not gonna miss anything here. We'll grab this first. And then we'll approach him with a charge attack. Oh, wow. I did not expect him to be that fragile. Shouldn't it? Let's see. Long time ago, there was a scholar who was very Niaswan. That's hard to describe. It's like a bad type of nerdy. But anyways, like you're constantly using prose when you don't really have to. It's like, you know, you're trying to show off, that type of scholar. And he was very satisfied with his paperweights, 正直. So when you write, you know, on paper, you would have this stone that you would put out to kind of hold your paper down as you write. And every time he's hosting guests in his home, he's gonna take out his precious rock to come out and showcase the paperweight that he has collected to his guest. The guests always say the material that he has for his paperweight are quite common and they can't really see what's so special about them. So after he hears about this, he would tell some sort of wondrous story about the origins of the paperweight that he used. So he's a show-off, right? So he's not only showing off in his prose, he likes to show off his paperweight. When he was young, he liked to travel. There was once that he took an arduous road and he was quite tired. So he found this giant rock to rest. After a while, he fell asleep, laying next to the rock. And in his sleep, he can feel the stone move. So he immediately opens his eyes and sees that on the rock, there are embedded skulls. So kind of like the drawing you see there, there's skulls embedded inside this rock. And so he gets... the rock gets super excited and actually stands up, and you can see a pair of legs underneath these rocks, as though it was a human. The scholar feels, you know, shocked and knows that this stone must be some sort of evil spirit. So he tries to run away. After running for, you know, who knows how long, he ends up in a very remote valley. And from far, far away, he sees a very skinny monk who is meditating atop of a cliff. The scholar, you know, feels very odd seeing this monk as well. So he wanted to turn around and run the other way. But behind him, the rock creature was still chasing him. So just as he's about to get, you know, smashed by the rock creature, the monk that was meditating on top of the cliff stands up. And turns out, unlike the previous rock creature... Wow. Wait, he sees the monk. Yeah, I guess the monk is just a human-looking monk. It's not like another rock monk. But the monk, the big boulder that the monk is sitting on top, meditating on top, stands up. And it's another rock creature. But this one's different. This one has an extra pair of arms. So it's not only just having legs, this one has arms. And it goes up and uses his arm and smashes the first rock monster. And after that rock monster got smashed to pieces, the scholar picks up one of these fragments and became this paperweight. So that's his like fantasy story about the origin of this seemingly very normal paperweight that he treasures. His guests, after hearing this story, all laughs at him and, accuses him of, saying stuff that he dreamed about and pretending it's real. So he's made up stories to scare people. The scholar, is not very happy that he's getting mocked. And after being laughed for a long time, even he started to doubt if this story was something that he had made up, even though originally he was quite convinced that was the true story behind it. So over time, he start to stop treasuring that particular paperweight. And, eventually he would just store it up on top of his shelf, and he never touched it again. And I guess this creature is the creature that he believed he saw. These are not breakable. Got a dried well. And what looks like... I want to say a porcupine monster or something with a lot of spike behind its back. Whatever it is, we're going to charge up full and give it a slam here. Not an elite. Well, let's find out what it is. 骨素然. So it's made of bones. 定风庄. Okay, Zhuang means a estate. Maybe a plantation would be a decent translation. Doesn't have to be, planting a certain thing, but just a wealthy estate. And 定风 means to freeze the wind or stop the wind. It's the same name as the dun that we're looking for. It's going to help us control the final boss here. But apparently on this estate, there are a lot of witches. And they're not only witches, they're also, I guess they could be also wizards. It's not really gender exclusive when you say Dawu. But they're also warriors on top of being, practitioner of witchcraft. And they like to use shields that has the drawing of tigers on them. And they like to use crescent-shaped spears. Okay, so basically the drawing that we see. And they're able to use these instruments and their spellcraft to scare away ghosts and monsters, particularly during times of burial. Okay, and during these burial or funeral processions, they will walk in the front with their shield. They will bang their spears on their shield, creating sounds to scare away evil spirits. So they are quote-unquote witchcraft practitioners, and I guess locals would hire them to kind of have them proceed ahead of funeral processions to scare away supposedly evil spirit, maybe some superstition. And they're nicknamed Kailu Jiangjun, the generals who opened the way. And because of this, they share a very prestigious position in society. Oh, but here they say small monsters come here and tribute all sorts of wild games to get protection from them and not to be banished away. So I guess they are actual wizards. So it's not just some local superstition. It just turns out that when people have funerals, they hire them. One day, the nearby villagers around this estate discover that there's an increasing number of monsters in the mountains. So they go to talk to these wizards and ask them if they could help. And the wizard says, the monster and us live on the same mountain. Of course, it's easy to bump into each other, but since they have brought tributes to us, we're not going to take any actions against them. So they refused to help the humans get rid of the monsters. A couple years later, the mountains suddenly have this strange wind that come about. So I'm guessing the Huangfeng Guai, the yellow wind sage or yellow wind monster, is here, and it's blowing this very powerful wind, a non-stop wind. And these normally very, I guess, rule-abiding monsters is now kind of in a frenzy due to this non-stop wind, and they're causing trouble all the time. So because of this, these wizards, dressed in their armor and their shield and their crescent spear, charges out to their estate and start fighting these troublemaking monsters. But these monsters do not fear them anymore, and the spear and the shield that they have always been proud of can only defeat some of the smaller monster, and after that they find themselves surrounded on all sides by the remaining monster. And the lead monster is this rat monster in a red cloak that laughs because Pusa, right? I guess this will be Lingji Pusa, the one that I mentioned earlier, is meditating in the mountains earlier in those days. We decided to, not act up and to basically behave in front of you. And that was a favor done for you. You guys are just mortals. Okay, so these wizards are not like monster themselves, but they are just like mortals that practice witchcraft, I guess. You guys foolishly somehow believe you have the power to actually fight monsters. And when the villager sees that these wizards or witches cannot defeat these enemies, and instead attracted the mockery and anger of these monsters, they immediately lock the estate's gate behind them and ask these wizards and witches, I guess let's call them wizards, I'm pretty sure they're male, ask them to defeat the monster, and then they will open the door and allow them back in. So basically they lock the door behind them, not allowing them to retreat back into the estate until they clean out the monster. So the final wizard all the wizards, including the final one, ended up dying fighting in the mountain. And even in death, they maintained the formation, basically battle postures, and they didn't really give up. Okay, so like even in death, right? So now we're fighting their spirits. I guess previous monster hunters in the area that the locals trusted, but now they have no power. I guess the monsters in the mountain. Xiahun, yeah. So the cliff that holds your soul hostage. I guess this narrow ridge on both sides. New location name. I'm still not convinced we explore the village behind us fully, but ooh, that is new. Look at that thing above the cliff on that side. Since it's standing up there, I'm going to assume it's ranged. Couple different approaches. We could get this big guy to kind of charge us. That would be really good. He seems to be coming. He got a full charge on us when we were doing the downward slam. Alright, now I can try to sneak up to this guy. Or at the very least, see what he does. Oh, he shoots some disgusting stuff at us. And let's see what exactly he's shooting at us. Another bone creature. A bone spirit. The winds of Huangfengling, the yellow wind ridge, does not cease. Starts at dawn and, does not end at dusk. It just keeps blowing. And it destroyed all the graves in the area. Because the wind's so strong, it blew, these graves. And it causes the bodies, the bones inside, to be exposed to the elements. And this become quite commonplace. And then one day, there was a foreign merchant with very important matters that need to pass through the ridge. The villagers tells him that there's monsters, that litters the ridge, and it's very dangerous, and no one's willing to become his guide to go through the ridge. So the merchant has to do it by himself because he has important matters. After going half a day, he becomes exhausted and has to sit down the side of the road to rest. And then he looks around and discovers that next to the bush is a body laying out in the open. The flesh is, long gone and damaged, and he feels quite saddened by this scene and sighs and laments and asks, why did you die here? Did you get killed by bandits? Or are you like me? You no longer feel like you can keep living, so you ended up committing suicide. I guess he's, a merchant that's in trouble, and he's contemplating kind of killing himself. But now your body is exposed to the wilderness. Does your family know? I think if they know, they must be very sad. And just as he says this, he, unties his belongings. As he cries, he digs out a hole and buries this body, basically doing this body a favor. And just as he's, busy digging up this grave for this body, the body stands up or sits up. And this scares the merchant as he falls to the ground and starts crawling backward. The body uses both hands to push itself up onto the ground and scoots itself in front of the merchant and picks up the merchant's belongings and hands it to him. The merchant picks up the bag and wants to rush and leave, but the body keeps following him at a good distance, but constantly following him. They walk for a while and seems like there's no trouble, a relatively peaceful body that's just following him. So the merchant, slowly lets down his guard, and he sees that whatever remaining flesh and bone on this body has dried up. So it's kind of like a mummification body, and feels quite saddened. And he takes one of his inner garments and, drapes it over this body, trying to help it cover itself, the remaining flesh, from the wind and the sand, basically protected from the elements. And the two of them, as companions, keeps moving. Every once in a while, when there's strange sounds sounds in the valley, the body drags the merchant to hide behind a rock. The merchant peeks and sees the monster pass by. So basically, every time monster is approaching, the body knows to help the merchant hide. And the two of them walks like this for a couple of days until they finally get through the ridge and get back on the, official roads. And the body stops at the foot of the mountain and stop moving ahead. So basically, he's kind of staying in his area. And the merchant's very thankful and says that he's willing to help the body return to his hometown, wherever it is. So like if he's from another part of, I guess this wouldn't even be China because we're outside of China at this point. He can help him bring him back to wherever his home is. The body stands there for a moment and turns around and walks back into the air with the wind and the sand. So basically, maybe he's thinking that that's his home. Maybe he has forgotten where he has come from. And that's the story of the bone spirit that we just brutally murdered. I guess he was throwing fragments of bones at us. I see a shrine and glowing eyes. This is the first of many Buddha heads that we will see here. And you can hear the Buddha mantra being chanted. And much like the 3 gongs that we used in the previous stage, these eyeballs, these Buddha head eyeballs, are going to be used for a secret boss on this stage. There are 6 of these heads, and when you're close to one, they will have the Buddhist mantra chant in the background, and their eyes glow, so you can definitely look for them. Before you pick up all 6, I would highly advise not fighting the stone monster because there's a secret interaction with the boss that you unlock with these eyes. So definitely try to look out for them first, but sometime maybe you'll bump into it, especially with no maps. But if you do have the luxury of looking things up, then definitely try to pick these up before you go fight the stone monster. And the shop looks quite straightforward. These are so readily available now. Every one of these shrines have them. Alright, we'll sell these for currency. We have over 10,000. It sounds like a lot, but it's really not. I don't think we have any new unlocks for our staff, but perhaps for armor? Maybe not. Yeah, we have all these. Then essentially the upgrade will be refining our spirit. The only thing I'm considering is, do I want to pick up this one? The crossbow rats. Their passive is not too bad. Reduces the stamina use of the twirling, which is not something we use, but the twirling has good potential. It's very good at building up your staff stance, and you can, try to build it up to full using the twirl and then use your heavy attacks afterwards, especially if you're going to go with a thrust stance. But I think the simple way is just to keep upgrading this for now. $9,000 for the next one, and it's going to require a different material. 虚空结. We haven't seen this yet, but I guess the not the highest tier yet. There's 2 more upgrades, but the higher tier is going to require a fancier material. Level 1 doesn't take any additional material unless it's this. Oh, interesting. It's only the 玻璃galang. And I think Yuhun also had to use one of those blood irons. I don't think we need to heal. My problem is I'm not sure where that rock monster that I'm... Oh, skeleton. He's so far up there. The tree is blocking all his range attacks, which is actually kind of funny. Ooh! Well, you came out of nowhere. Oh, he shoots... He shoots crystals. Didn't expect him to be ranged. But the shrine is so close to us, I think we'll be just fine. Is he still hidden or is he now exposed? No, he's still hidden. Alright, let's get this guy. Ooh, there's a little cave above him. Or under him. $1,200. Healthy amount for sure. Wonder if we could... Ooh. Nope, doesn't break. Maybe we can... Nope. I don't know. Maybe I think there's a way to climb a little bit higher here. And then another one. There we go. Somehow I don't think it's just him. He gets the full damage on us. That's a chest. Fragments of gold. Ooh, that crystal? That crystal is another one of those buried ones. We didn't check the codex yet. Let's beat this guy up first, and then we'll check the codex. Wake up! I know you're there. Alright, let's see what he's all about. Yeah, we got this slightly higher tier gold fragment. I'm guessing it's going to sell for more. Shicangcang. Back to the kingdom of Hami. The king is old and about to die. He's worried that his time is not long in this world. So he's busy searching for, elixirs to extend his life. And then one day, traveling, I guess, doesn't even have to be a Taoist monk, but just a traveling alchemist, in a sense, is telling the king that if you consume shiying, a type of mineral, for a long time, over a long period of time, you can gain access to, immortality. After the king finds out, he immediately puts out an edict asking everyone to search for shiying. And soon enough, a lot of these miners who discovered this particular mineral and gave it to the king received rewards. And because they want the reward, they travel deep into the Yellow Wind Ridge, and because they heard there is a type of mineral-based monster in this area, where in his big giant head, he has a bunch of crystals that turns out to be shiying. So the monster that was shooting these crystals at us, it's the same type of crystal that's needed for this king who wants to live forever. Now, obviously, this is probably not going to help him, but regardless, that's why they're hunting this. After the king finds out about this news, he orders his crown prince to take the army to go mine it. But little did they know, after the army enters the mountain, they get lost in the yellow wind or the sandstorm that's in the mountain. And because the weather is so unpredictable, and because these monsters are quite treacherous, indeed, they hide in the ground and they jump at us. So they frequently ambush in the ground. And when people get close, they come out in packs and start attacking people from the left and the right. So before the army could even mine these rocks, they already lost many troops. So the crown prince sends a message, rushes a message back to the capital, and explains to his father how dangerous this mining operation has become and how the troops have suffered, and hopes that the father can summon them back and give up on trying to mine the shiying in this area. But of course, the old king gives them farther command to push on and to mine this precious mineral. So after, going through such a treacherous mining expedition where he, almost nearly died, the crown prince returns with ample amount of shiying, but the army that left with him has lost more than half of its men. And that night, when the crown prince brings shiying into the bedchambers of the old king, he launches a military coup. So the old king, hugging the minerals that he had longed for to reach eternal life, ends up getting killed, pierced by his son in his bed. So basically the son stabs his dad, takes over, and becomes the king. I mean, asking your crown prince, basically your heir, the person that becomes king once you die, to go and help you find the secret to immortality just does not sound like a good incentive system. We hear Buddhist chants. I'm guessing there's a head nearby. Maybe here? If we do a jump, maybe we can just Ooh. Buddy. Oh, wow, wow, wow. Now I know you're kind of ranged. I don't really want to mess with you. I think there was another enemy over there. Why are you glowing? Well, we see the head. Oh, this one's different. That doesn't look scary at all. Oh, he's moving. He's moving. What? You have a phase 2? For regular mob? Shi shuang shuang. Shuang shuang means a pair. Shi mu, the mother rock, is... it's a female body stone monster that's crafted from Qing Shi Ying, a type of... I want to say this is like almost granite, but I'm not sure, so I'm not going to translate it to granite, but it's basically a particular type of rock, and it's called the mother rock because it's crafted in the shape of a female body. And before she received the spirit of the rock, so basically become a monster form, like... So before she was a statue, she was a female body statue, and then she cultivated or somehow came alive, right? Becoming a monster form. Before that, she didn't look like she looks like today, with that giant clump above her head. But the stone that she was crafted out of, that she was chiseled out of, is able to absorb the energy of the moon. And over a long time, she was the first one of the rocks to receive powers and basically become a monster. And thus she was called a mountain god by, I guess, other rock creatures who were formed after her, or maybe by villagers who, first have contact with a rock creature. But after the strange Buddha heads have appeared, the rock monsters had a discussion, and they wanted to chase the Buddha head statues, the rock monster that are in a Buddha head form. They want to chase them out of the mountain. So the small, I guess these are a band of small rock creatures debating over this issue. So they want to invite their mountain god, basically the mother rock, to fight with them. The mother rock did not agree to this, as she worries that her, special stone, the one that helps her absorb the moon energy, what if it gets chipped or destroyed in the fighting, right? So that's why she doesn't want to join in the fight. So from that day on, she sees that the numerous rock monster, tries to challenge these Buddha head, but they keep failing and they keep getting destroyed and lose. So after witnessing the death of so many of her rock creatures, she finally decides to join in and help. And she sees Shi Cang Cang, so that's like the crystal rock that we just fought that can shoot crystal out, that killed us once. She sees that creature used the crystal to use it as a range attack to sneak attack the Buddha head. And even though she doesn't want to waste the rock that's on her, she copies that. So she also does that. That's why she kind of looked like that creature. When I was first fighting her, yeah, she did glow blue, but I thought she was another Shi Cang Cang. So she mimics his attack by shooting out crystals to attack the Buddha head, even though she she's kind of stingy. She feels like her stone is kind of precious, doesn't want to use it. And despite her best effort, they are still losing. And parts of her body, the special rock, got punched. How do they get punched if they're fighting only Buddha heads? Anyways, it gets punched and it's shattered. So she sits on the ground, extremely sad. Oh, this is like what we did to her, right? We smashed the rock above her and she's super sad and sitting on the ground. And just at this time, the yellow-furred sable, this is the yellow wind sage or the yellow wind monster, the boss of the stage, came with a bunch of monsters to help her. So they came to fight the Buddha head as well. And when the Sable, the Yellow Wind Sage, saw the Stone Mother is in such a bad state, he says, what's broken, it's not going to be returned. If you let the Stone Buddha go now, you basically lost your precious stone for nothing. After hearing this, the anger in her stands up. She realized, yeah, he's right. I have to finish the job or else my sacrifice is in vain. And with her help and the help of the Yellow Wind monster, they were able to defeat, or at least control, the Buddha stone heads. And afterwards, the Yellow Wind monster gifts the spirit of the rock to her to make up for her loss. And after that, because she received this new spirit of the rock, she became much more powerful. But her body is no longer good at walking. Huh. So she doesn't walk very well anymore. Well, we didn't fight this stone stone mother. She's probably a boss or elite, but because she no longer walks very well, she used the special stone, the one that used to be something that she treasures. There's more of this, right? Not all these stone have become monsters. Some are still absorbing energy, but it's particularly good at absorbing it. But she found more of these type of rock. Let's say it's granite for now, and she used it and carved out someone that's or a piece of rock that looks like what she used to look like, and thus gave birth to Shi Shuang Shuang. So we fought her clone, right? She made this copy. I mean, not technically a clone, but she made it to look like her. And then she asked this to go scout out the mountains for her. Or perhaps she just wanted to see what she used to look like. So this is like a copy of the Stone Mother, who's now strong, but no longer capable of really walking around. And here's another Buddha head. It's so strange to see monster statues using Buddha hand signals, or Buddhism hand signals. And then we have like these cursed Buddha head down below. And this has to do with another, I guess, pretty core tenet of Journey to the West and a lot of future literature surrounding Journey to the West, where it's pretty apparent that despite the fact the book is about having this band of, Wukong, the Tangsung, and all of them traveling west to go to the land of the Buddha, basically India, to receive the true scriptures or the teachings of Buddhism and bring it back to, I guess, the Tang Dynasty at the time, so that they can enlighten people and teach them the proper Buddhism enlightenment teachings. But along the way, all the challenges and all the monsters that's plaguing the mortal realm, most of them have some sort of direct relation to members of, Buddha and his followers. And they know they're down here causing all this trouble, and they typically don't do anything. And when Wukong and the band bumps into them, and they're causing trouble for their journey, they can't really kill these monsters either. They typically ask for help, and when help comes, they just bring them back. They're like, we're going to bring them back to Buddha, and that's it. They don't get killed. The only monster that, Wukong and the band gets to kill are the ones that doesn't have any connection. In a way, the author is like mocking the cynic. Ooh, there's another one of those bone spirits and something else in the water. I think it's another Shi Shuang Shuang. Oh, yeah. Oh my god. Second form. We'll charge up. While she think about standing up. I know you're gonna stand up. My stamina is about to run out. We're gonna have to release it. Alright, then we gotta watch out for that thing over there. There's another one. I'm slightly concerned we're going deeper and deeper into the stone creature's lair. We got ourselves a shrine tracker. And we saw there was another one of those, I guess we'll call them formerly wizards. Ooh. Okay, shrine up ahead, but I don't think we took this path. We took the side path through the mountains. Another chant, another head somewhere nearby. Ooh, and another range attack. Another one of those skeleton spirits. Oh, we got ourselves a coffin. Monster core. Where is the head? We heard the chanting. Is it behind that skeleton creature? Laying behind him? But this one feels really close. Ah, it's right here. I don't think I can pick it up with him throwing bones at me this whole time. He's not coming down. I'm gonna have to go find a way to kill it first. That's not the way. We could cast this spell, but I don't know if it's worth it. Alright, let's see if we can do this quick. Nope, getting hit. Didn't lose any health though. I guess we're invincible in this state. Alright, not anymore. But I think there's a head behind him too. Oh my god, there's a very... Come here? Someone's telling me to come here? Who? We missed the beam. Oh, that does not look friendly. Okay, I'm gonna make you freeze. Another one. Charge, charge. Oh, stop hitting me from above. Can you wake up? Can you wake up? I'm gonna have to release. Oh my god. Getting pelted from above. I don't want to move forward yet. I want to drink. I'm still poisoned. Alright. Now I kind of regret not taking the shrine. See another chest. Another one of those wizard guys. Alright, at least we're invincible when we do this. I don't know who's more annoying, them or the archers. We just straight up missed there. I think this is our 4th one. So that leaves 2 more. Alright, what Buddhist scripture is this? It's definitely a Buddhist scripture. 往生经 maybe? 佛说, Alright, what's our next step? I think we want to go back and find the shrine that I skipped. I know there is something over there. It spoke to us, and there's like a strange looking thing jutting out of the ground, which I guess is either elite. It's probably elite. It's not going to be a boss because it's such a small area to be a boss. If I can only find that glowing streak that was showing us where the shrine was. Oh, we were here earlier. So I know we cleaned out this area, and then we went this way. Ah, there we go. Did we go up here? The fact that there are little torches pointing this way makes me feel like there's something there. That looks like another Shuang. Or a plant. Or a plant that gets up when we pull it. Nope. I know I said I was going to go to the shrine, but got distracted again. We're going to the shrine. The map is a lot bigger this time. Stage 1 was much more linear and smaller compared to this. Another one of those range guys. Don't shoot me when I open the shrine, please. I think I'm out of his range. Oh, I see a Buddha head on the back. Alright, we will rest. I don't think there's going to be much new. Seems like so far every shop has the same thing. Oh, this is one that we just collected, but we just started collecting this. This is one of those recipe ingredients that we didn't have. These give 600 a pop. These give 99 a pop. We are wealthier, but I don't know if we want to... Okay, there's not going to be weapon unlock until we beat more bosses. And no new armor either. Let's get that Buddha head while we see it. And I think we're just missing one now after this. Oh, I hear something else. Alright, guess we have to beat this thing first. Oh no, he jumped and we didn't jump far enough. You know what? We have a shrine next to us, we can just use that. I think that puts us at 5, if I counted correctly. Why do we still have this recipe page? Shouldn't we have given it to the Zodiac dog? We have 5. We're missing 1. Oh, we got company. That didn't even break his shield. This big tiger shield is serious. Wow. Wait, horse sound? I guess it kind of looks like a horse's skull. I thought they were supposed to be mortal. Or formerly mortal. It definitely sounds like a horse. There is a sand waterfall up there. Well, I think the plan is we're gonna take the save here. And we'll come back, pick up the final Buddha head. And after we do, we can go fight the stone monsters. As well as whatever we might have missed along the way. Definitely going to have to go back to the village in the future. Because there is more secret bosses there that we can unlock later. And we also need to go fight the first prince. We have the piece of meat, which is from their king. And that can be used as a mission item to attract out the first son. And once we beat him, we can pick up the secret item I was talking about from the first stage. And we can go back and fight the secret dragons. A lot of secrets, a lot of hidden things. And we'll end the thing here and come back next time and see how much we can pick up in our next episode. So until then, bye!